So AI has become the marketing team's new superstar, right? It's helping us brainstorm campaigns, churn out copy, and analyze markets at speeds we could only dream of before. But, and this is a big but, this powerful new tool has a hidden side. It's creating a brand new vulnerability for your most valuable, most confidential ideas, basically turning your greatest asset into a potential informant.
To really get a handle on this threat, we're diving straight into Chapter 2 of a tutorial from Virtualization Options LLC. It focuses specifically on the risks that marketing and communications departments are facing right now.
Okay, let's just let this number sink in for a second. A whopping 73% of marketers are now regularly using AI tools for content creation. This isn't some niche tech anymore. It's a standard part of the marketing workflow. But here's the thing. With that widespread adoption comes a widespread risk that, honestly, most teams haven't even started to think about.
Which leads us to the central and, yeah, kind of unsettling question of this whole explainer. While you're busy creating the next big thing, is your AI assistant secretly spilling the entire plan to your competitors? Now, before we get into how these leaks can happen, we need to be crystal clear on what's really at stake here. We're not talking about some rough drafts of a few social media posts. Nope, we're talking about the crown jewels of the marketing department. Attackers aren't just looking for stray ideas, they are targeting the absolute core of your strategy. I mean, think about it. Your entire launch plan, that one-of-a-kind creative concept that sets you apart, the market research that cost you a small fortune, and even the very DNA of your brand, all of it suddenly becomes a target. And we're not talking about abstract value. The average cost to develop a single major product launch campaign is $2.4 million. That's the kind of tangible, high-stakes investment that can be completely wiped out by one single well-timed leak. Just like that.
So we know what's on the line, but how exactly are attackers siphoning off this multi-million-dollar intelligence? Well, it's not random. It's actually a pretty methodical process that exploits the very workflows marketers like you rely on every single day. It often starts with what's called creative brief mining. You know, when marketers input their strategic direction, target audience, and budgets into an AI to get ideas, well, that creates a goldmine of intelligence. Next up is competitive analysis exploitation, where attackers can actually trick the AI into revealing how you plan to respond to competitors. And finally, you've got content calendar leaks, where all that AI-assisted planning exposes your entire promotional schedule for the world to see.
So how do you spot this happening? You've got to watch for the warning signs. A competitor launching a campaign that feels a little too familiar, that is a massive red flag. Same goes for vendors or partners mentioning projects that are still supposed to be under wraps. And internally, keep an eye out for strange AI queries about budgets, timelines, or super specific brand details. These are your tripwires. Look, this isn't just theory. Let's dig into a real-world case study from the source material that shows just how devastating this can be. It's the story of a chief marketing officer at a consumer goods company who literally lived this nightmare. You can just feel the gut punch in the CMO's own words. I mean, imagine pouring months of work and millions of dollars into a campaign only to see your direct competitor launch basically the same thing just 3 weeks before you do. The element of surprise? Gone. The market impact completely destroyed. So how did it happen? Well, the team had been using an AI assistant for the entire 6-month development process. They fed it everything: creative briefs, messaging pillars, target audience profiles. Now, each individual conversation probably seemed harmless, but the accumulated context, over time, created a complete blueprint of the entire launch. And here's the real kicker: the weak link wasn't even their own team. An attacker got in through a compromised account that belonged to one of their vendors. By tapping into the AI's memory of all those previous conversations, the attacker could simply ask the right questions to pull out the full campaign strategy. And the result was a total disaster. The competitor used that stolen intelligence to rush their own campaign to market, and in doing so, they completely neutralized the massive investment the original team had made. For the attacker, the heist was a complete success. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a serious one. But how do you stop it from happening to you? The good news is you're not powerless here. There are concrete, actionable steps you can take to build up your defenses and protect your marketing intelligence. The source material lays out a really solid 5-part framework. First, classify your information. You have to know what can and, more importantly, can't ever be put into an AI. Second, set up sanitization protocols to strip out sensitive details before you input anything. Third, use controlled private AI environments, not the public tools. Fourth, hold your vendors to strict security standards. And finally, you have to continuously monitor AI interactions for any suspicious activity. Let's get super specific with one of the highest risk activities, competitive analysis. The rule here is simple, and you have to treat it as non-negotiable. Never, ever input your own planned responses or strategic moves. Use the AI to process public info about your competitors, sure, but keep your own playbook completely out of the conversation. And remember that case study? It all started with a vendor. That means securing your supply chain is absolutely critical. Require your agencies to provide security attestations. Ban them from using consumer-grade AI tools for your work. You should mandate that they delete all conversation histories after a project ends, and then you need to audit them quarterly to make sure they're actually doing it. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Your AI assistant is an incredibly powerful co-pilot. It can help you reach amazing new heights of creativity and efficiency. But the real question is, have you taken the steps to secure the cockpit? Because if you haven't, someone else might just grab the controls.